Good.
Good. Nice, nice. All right, so today we're just pretty much going to break it down as far as the presentation. When you're getting, when you guys get a customer, you guys pretty much, when you guys sell the solar, they're going to get this or another options for free, right? So if need be, and you have to do the presentation, this is how we pretty much break it down for you guys. Now, I do 3 steps, okay? The first one will be with these little test tubes, which is the first one we always do, because that one takes around 5 to 8 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes for it to break everything down. So that's the first one we always start with. From there, I go into a test that we do for chlorine. And after that, we do the one for where we show the difference between soft and hard water, okay? Now on this one, we're gonna be using 2 reagents as far as to break down all the minerals and chemicals in our water. You're gonna get 2, it's called precipitation reagent 1 and precipitation reagent 2. This one is the one that breaks down all the chemicals and minerals in our water. This is just the coloring, so we can see the process, okay? Now on that one, anytime you get to a house, you're gonna have 3 different containers. You're gonna get some that are labeled red, some that are labeled green, and some that are labeled blue. Now anything red, of course, red means caution, problem, you know what I mean? That's why we use red. Red is always gonna be their tap water. So what you do is you get your containers that have red, and you ask them if you could get, or if you wanna interact with your customer, you tell them if they don't mind getting you the water. Okay, so you're gonna fill up these containers in their tap. This one, you fill up a little bit above the line right there. Then you get one with not so much water. And I'll show you guys right now in a little bit. Then you're gonna get one of these, fill it up more or less halfway. And then your little test tubes, you fill it up a little bit above the line right there, okay? You wanna get enough water just so you can do the test. Then you do the same on all 3. The green ones are for if they have a filter system, I guess. Sometimes you guys got like the Brita, like in y'all's office, for your sink. Or sometimes they'll tell you how to drink the water, but I drink refrigerated water. You know, it has a filter. You tell them, okay, perfect, I'm gonna grab some water from there too, and I'll let you guys know why we get that water also. And then we got the blue ones. The blue ones is always the purified water, which we use Aquafina. Why? Because Aquafina is the cleanest and purest water that we could get. I've done tests with waters from Walmart that I forgotten when I first started. I forgot the Aquafina, and the tests don't come out as clean as they do with Aquafina. So we always use Aquafina just to show how the water that they receive in their house is going to be. So we always want to be the cleanest so we can show them how it's going to be. Okay. Now, like I said, the first test we do is the one to show the hard chemicals and minerals in their water. Okay. So this one is precipitation region 1. Like I said, this one's the one that breaks down all the chemicals and minerals in our test tubes. Okay. So we do 5 drops in each one. You do the same amount in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, like I said, remember always red is tap water, green is their filtered system, and blue is our Aquafina. Now, the second one, like I said, this is just the tint coloring, so we can see the process. We do 3 drops, so it's 5 and 3. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And always remember, you always want to do the same amount on each one, just so they won't think something's up or you're doing something that's showing false results. So then what we do on these, we just close them up, shake them up, and like I said, this process takes around 5 to 8 minutes. So we shake them and we put them aside, so the process can go through, and then when we finish with everything else, we show them the results as far as how everything gets broken down. I mean, even with just shaking it right away, you see the difference. You see clear to where it's cloudy over here. Now, one thing is sometimes their filter water, or the majority of times, will come out even dirtier than their tap water. Okay, so make sure you emphasize on that. So we let this one sit, and we jump into our chlorine. Right here, we're trying to show them just exactly how much chlorine is in our water. We put drops of the chlorine reagent in our cups, and we try to get a color around this area, right? Of course, it goes from 0.02 to 0.3 parts per billion. The yellower it gets, the more chlorine is in their water, right? So we go from basically none to a real water with a lot of chlorine, okay? You're gonna get this with the handbook. You get this, the one for the pH balance on the alkaline. But this is always a good tool to have out when you're doing your chlorine, okay? So you put this aside, and like I said, red, tap, green is filtered, and blue is our purified water. Okay, we're gonna do 5 on each. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, as you can see right here, the water is already turning yellow, which means there's chlorine in the water. And the reason that we also get water from their filtered system is to let them know that most filters, like the Britas or the ones in the refrigerator, all they really do is eliminate the chlorine in their water. As far as the hard chemicals and everything else that's in our water, they don't do nothing with that. As we'll show them with this one, right here, as you can see, our tap water has chlorine, filtered water doesn't, and our purified water doesn't, okay? Now right here, it's around 1 to 1.5, okay? Usually we get up to a 3, to it's real dark. But right here, there's chlorine in the water. But I mean, that's the main thing. We're showing them that there's chlorine in the water, okay? So now showing them that there's chlorine in the water, of course, I let them know that anytime they turn on their faucets and they get like a rotten egg smell, or they turn it on and they get like a cloudy water at first and then it turns clear, I tell them all that has to do with the smell comes like with sulfur and everything that they use in our water, okay? The cloudiness, I mean, it could either be something's in the system. So someone calls the water company, and what they do is they go, them or the firemen, and they do a flush. They find the nearest hydrant and they turn it on and they do a flush of the system. But what they really do is they go to the plant that's associated with that area and they add more chlorine to the water. Why? Because chlorine, of course, you know, eliminates odor and color. So once they put chlorine in the water, they take care of the problem and everyone's happy, right? You think, okay, they fixed it, but really you just got more chlorine in your water, okay? Now let me show you, people will tell you, you know what? Well, I don't drink the water. I buy bottled water. You tell them, okay, that's fine. But what water do you guys cook with? Of course, they use the tap water. What water do you guys shower with? Of course, they use the tap water. Now, you brush your teeth, what water do you use? Of course, you use the tap water. Tell them, okay, cool. Now, I'm telling you this because when you guys wash your produce, you're taking off the dirt from your produce, your vegetables, but you're putting in chlorine and the chemicals in your produce that you guys are cleaning, right? When you brush your teeth, all it takes is 2 seconds for that chlorine and chemicals to be in your body. And I do the test and I show them, this is tap water. Same as this one with chlorine. So I go, you're brushing your teeth and you do the wash for 2 seconds. Spit it out. Tell them that's the same water as that one. You put your 5 drops and all the chlorine is gone. Why? Because it just takes 2 seconds and it's already in your body. So the reason we do this is to show them everything that's in the water and how bad it is for them, right? So if you tell them, you and your family that have kids, your kids are putting chlorine in the water every day. Now, is that good? Of course it's not, right? So that's just a good way to show them just how fast the chlorine gets into our body. Now, when you shower, you tell them another thing you shower, we usually shower with hot water. So that what that does is it opens up our pores, which allows all those chemicals and chlorine to be in our system even more. So imagine just how much chlorine is going into our body every day just by showering, brushing our teeth, or even cooking with our water. And this is a good way of showing them. Also, what I do when I'm right here, I tell them if they have a piece of potato, to cut me a potato in 4, and I put the potato in the water. Once I do that, it instantly starts getting all the chlorine and the water turns white again. So that's another way of showing them how it affects our food. Okay, which is a thing we want to do so you could put some urgency in them needing water system. Okay, now after we do that, we show them as far as what the chlorine does. Make sure you emphasize when they tell you again with the filtered water, all it does is eliminate the chlorine. As you can see over here, we've been a couple of minutes The red one, which is their tap, and their green is already turning real cloudy, and it's gonna start breaking everything down to where it starts building in the bottom. And our purified water, soft water, is clear as day. Okay, so we let that sit a little bit more now. On this one right here, this one is where we show them the difference between hard water and soft water, which is hard water is the water that we receive here in El Paso. Okay, all the hard minerals, our chemicals that are in our water, that's the one we have here. Soft water, I like to compare it to like when they go on vacation, they stay in a hotel, and they take that shower and they come out feeling like them and taking off all the soap. I mean, we've all done that, right? We've gone to a hotel. I mean, you know, if you guys have your softener in your house, but when you go, it feels like that. You feel different. Okay, as compared to when you shower with hard water. Hard water, of course, we're here in the Chihuahua Desert, but hard water, you get out, you feel dry, like you need cream on instantly. Okay, and that's because of the chemicals that's in the water. Okay, even though we're, like I said, in the Chihuahua Desert, when you shower with soft water, you're gonna feel totally different, and it's good for skin and hair. Okay, so on this one we use soap. We just have it soap, this concentrated soap. Okay, so we're gonna show them the difference right here. What we do is we do 3 drops in each one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now on this one, it's good to get them to interact with you. You could hand them to them, just hold it from the top and shake it up. They start shaking it right, and they tell them, if you will just do the red. And of course, can you hear all that? That's all our chemicals and minerals hitting up against the glass. Then you do it with the soft one, and you don't hear nothing. Why? Because that's soft water, which has no hard chemicals or minerals. So they'll do it again to see, and they'll hear it, and they'll hear it, right? Then you tell them, okay, now look, you see the difference between hard and soft water? And this is where I tell them, when you buy your detergent for your clothes, it usually says it's 80 to 120 loads per box. But of course we don't get that. We get maybe 30 to 40, right? It's not that they're lying to us. What it is that when they do their test with their soap, they do it with soft water. Because of course, as you can see, when we're cleaning anything, we like to see suds, because that means that the soap is working and we're getting our stuff clean. But as you can see right here, 3 drops, you have nothing over here, and you got suds over here. So then I tell them, let's add another 10 over here, so we could try to get the same results as we did with the soft water. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we get it and we shake it up. And we still don't get suds. Okay. And that's how you tell them that's because of our hard water. So not only are you, if you take a shower, you want to shower with clean water or water that already looks like somebody bathed in it. Of course, everyone's going to say clean water, right? And you tell them now, I do the drops and show you the difference, because if we're talking about money, we spent $3 over here on soft water to get our clothes clean, and we spent $13 over here, and we still haven't gotten the same amount as we do with the soft water. So you're spending $10 more to do the job than what it is with soft water, purified water, which is what you're going to be getting in your home. Anywhere that water comes out, we're going to be getting soft purified water. Okay. So those are the tests. Okay. Now, like I said, this one's the one that takes longest, 5 to 8 minutes. But if you guys want to pass it around, you can already see. Just don't shake them up, because when you shake them up, it's going to start the whole process again. Right here, you want to show them right there to the camera. The difference, you can see already everything breaking down compared to the purified one that's clean. So like I said, that's the one that takes the longest. So that's the one we always start off with. Okay, we start off and we tell them we're going to come back to it, and then you show them